The fundamental component of NumPy is arrays. Arrays are very similar in some aspects to Python lists. An array can be constructed by using the NumPy function array, and the elements or items are defined inside square brackets. For example, so when we check, we see it is an array object. NumPy has important properties that make it suitable to represent vectors and matrices in advanced algebraic and mathematical computations. The first property is that NumPy arrays are homogeneous, so its all elements have the same type. For that reason, the member dtype is used to know the type of an array instead of Python's type function. For example, so Python's type gives the type as a NumPy array, but not the type of the elements. This array has integer elements. Let's try this. Let's add point to 3, for example. Let's check the type. So as you see, just by adding point to one element, the whole array became a float array. If we check, this situation makes the types of elements controllable by adding the definition during the construction of the array. For example, so if we define it in this way and check the type, now it's float, although the elements inside brackets are all integers. Let's check. Like Python lists, the index always starts with 0. For example, so it is very similar in this aspect to Python lists. In the chapter of user-defined functions, we saw that we need the list handling function map to make simple functions accept lists or other similar iterables. On the other hand, NumPy arrays do not need any mapping functions because they are already supported by user-defined functions. For example, so as we see, we didn't need any other functions because we can easily substitute the NumPy array in user-defined function and it works very well. As you see above, we use the list brackets to construct the array. This means that the NumPy arrays can be created from Python lists and vice versa. For example, and this way we created an NumPy array from a Python list. Also, we can do the opposite. Also, there's a member function for this purpose. We should note here that only homogeneous lists can be converted to NumPy arrays. Otherwise, the items will be converted to the most general type. As you see here, this list contains 2 types of elements, integers and 1 float element. Now let's try. So as you see here, all integer elements are converted to float